Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about what do people secretly admire about you and love about you, but they don't tell you. So as always my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from, and you can either choose the card or of course the crystal above it. So for pal 1 we have the beautiful moon card. Let me zoom a little bit in so you guys can see better. So pal 1 is the moon card, pal 2 is the empress, and pal 3 is the king of swords. So as always my dear, feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading my dear. Now let's see, what do people secretly admire about you and love about you, but they don't tell you. So let's start straight away my dear. Let's see. For my dear pile 1, what do people secretly love and admire about you? Let's see. Alright, that's enough. So let's see my dear. Alright, the first card we have is the 8 of Swords. For my dear pile 1, another 8 of Cups. Let's continue. Alright, we have the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Swords. Let's see. What do people secretly love about you, my dear pile 1? What do they admire about you? The Knight of Wands, and one last card, please. One last card for my dear pile 1, and the World card. All right, and at the back of the deck we have the 4 of Wands. Okay. Now let me just make sure the cards are straight. I think that's okay. Yeah. So my dear pile 1, let's start with your reading. So first of all, let me start with that. There's one thing that comes through very, very strongly here, and it's the fact that you are someone who has already, no matter your age, experienced a lot in life. You've had your quite share of obstacles, of challenges, and life has not always been easy for you. There could have been times in which you felt stuck, you felt really helpless, and you really didn't know where to go from there. It was just a very dark place. And one thing people deeply admire about you is that no matter what life throws at you, no matter what happens in your environment, you always find a way to come out victorious. You always find a way to move on, to let go. It's almost like there is nothing in life that can crush you down, because you are stronger than that. You are stronger than everything that has come into your way, that everything that has happened. And it's just so mesmerizing to see the strength in you, and that you are so powerful. It's very interesting. And in fact, I am becoming, okay, There is one woman coming through in your life. I'm not picking up who this person is, but someone's energy is coming through. There is a woman here who sees you as someone who motivates her. Your strength to always fight, or yeah, always fight for your right and fight for what you deserve, is something that motivates her as well when it comes to her own life. Some of you guys may even not see how great you are. You may see yourself as not special or just very, very ordinary, but you need to acknowledge how great you are. You need to acknowledge how strong you are. You know what I just heard? There is nothing in life that could take you down. And for the people around you who have, for some reason, seen you at that very dark place, who have seen you struggle, or at a phase in your life which wasn't the easiest, especially them, they absolutely admire that about you. No matter what life throws at you, you always come out victorious, my dear. Another thing that people really admire about you is the sense of mysterious energy that you at times also have. You guys could be people who have a different view when it comes to life than maybe people around you. As an example, maybe you are deeply spiritual people, or you have a certain openness for the miracles in life, for the more magical side of life, for the more spiritual and mysterious side of life, and you are open, you embrace. And it's really interesting because this is really like, you can pick it up in your energy, and people also see that. People see that there's something about you that goes deeper than maybe meets the eye. That even if you don't share your beliefs with others or your more personal space, around you there is this mysterious energy, and it really strikes, okay? It strikes people. It's really visible. Maybe you even at times like to participate or create a very spiritual, space for yourself, whether it's through certain rituals, or maybe some of you guys like to read tarot, or you like to watch certain videos, embody yourself in certain energies. It's visible, it's visible that there's something about you that goes beyond the physical, right? And that you're open for that. I mean, okay, that was not really a great explanation, because obviously we are all more than our physical body. What I meant was, it's visible that you are open to that, you're open for more being out there. And I do feel like, and that's very interesting here, maybe some of you guys are a little bit more reserved and you don't really talk about those beliefs or the view that you have of life and this world with others. For others, you may already talk about it, because with the Hanged Man being here, in fact, you have a very great power. You intrigue people, and you can change people's perspective. So as an example, if you meet someone who's not spiritual, and spiritual is just like an example here, okay? So you guys understand me better. So let's say you have a conversation with a stranger, and this person is not really that aware, or doesn't really know that much about about in general spirituality, and it's really, really new to them. And maybe in the past they even judged it or felt some type of way about it. You're the kind of person who, through sharing your knowledge, through sharing your experiences and your view, can actually even change other people's view in a very positive way, to bring them out of the more ignorant way of seeing things, or more so being in their ego, and see things as the bigger picture. You guys, I just need to say it. Please, there is so much within you that can bring influence, that can bring change for the better. Don't play small. There is a lot of power that you have within yourself deep down. And this power, this aura, this energy is what people pick up on. You know what I just realized? You also chose the moon card literally, and the moon card is here as well. The moon card is all about, or not all about, but it can also, let's put it that way, it can also emphasize a certain level of secrecy or something being hidden. I feel like at times you may hide yourself, or the same way this girl is hiding, right? Between this, all the four I don't know how it's pronounced. Anyway, so she's hiding, right? And what I really find interesting is that there is so much greatness within you, but maybe you don't show that greatness that often, or maybe at times you play your greatness down. Don't do that. People see it, okay? People see the powerful energy that you exude, and it's time for you to do the same thing. It's time for you to also acknowledge it if you haven't so far. In fact, I really feel like you guys are also deeply intuitive people, and that you have gifts, you guys. You have spiritual gifts that you have brought into this lifetime, and maybe some of you guys have already explored some. For others, maybe you haven't even started yet. This is all about you going with the process and enjoying the journey to opening yourself up to your own greatness. All right? And once again, people pick up on that. People pick up that there's something very special about you. Even if you at times don't even do it yourself. Your energy talks for itself. And yes, there is this advice here to be open to your gifts, because there's a lot to explore. People also love how passionate you are. So there is this side of yourself that you definitely share with others. Maybe there are certain things in your life that you are deeply passionate about, whether it's a hobby, whether it's an interest, or even a career. You show yourself, and I'm hearing your spirit guides want you to also approach your own spirituality with the same passion, and not be scared of exploring, or of what other people may think, because this is your right. This is your right to bring your greatness out and bring out all the potential that's lying deep down in you. Another thing people really admire about you is your beauty. So interesting. Right after I said this, I heard that even if you don't see it yourself. So some people here definitely, take it how it resonates, right? Are downplaying themselves. Could definitely come from experiences that have made you feel small, and therefore it's kind of stuck with you, right? Let me just emphasize one more time how incredibly beautiful you are, and people love and admire that about you. It's not only the physical, right? I mean, we have definitely picked up on the fact that there's so much about you that goes beyond the physical that people love about you, but the physical is also coming through here. So people admire your beauty, my dear Padawan. That's another thing I'm seeing here. I would like now to dive a little bit deeper with some oracle cards. So let's see, for my dear Padawan, what do people admire about you? For my dear Padawan, what do people admire about you? Let's see. Let's see, my dear. Okay. Okay, wow. The first card that came through is keep your heart open. You know what? This is exactly a message for you as well. So what I'm hearing is that keep your heart open for yourself. See yourself as more than those limited experiences that you had in life. See yourself as the greatness you are. But at the same time, I also feel like you are someone who can open up other people's heart. You have this empathy. Maybe you have the sensitive gift of healing people, right? We have talked about gifts, and I feel like for some of you guys, you have such a healing presence that maybe people open up to you pretty fast. You know, maybe sometimes you meet a stranger and yeah, they just are like an open book, and it may even surprise you, like, why do these people open up to me so like fast and so easily? It's your energy. That's really a gift that you have, my dear. You have a healing presence, and that's something that people admire big time and just love about you. You could be the kind of person who even, like, people love to be, how do you say that? People love to be surrounded by you. That's another thing. Take a reality check. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, this is so interesting. You guys definitely have this mysterious energy about you. Even I am picking it up. You are meant to experience life in a very expanded way in this lifetime. You are, or maybe your higher self, let me put it or phrase it that way. Your higher self wants you to explore your spiritual side and your gifts and your truth, like your powerful nature in this human form, in this human experience. And with take a reality check, I really feel sometimes through your energy, you may even confuse people. As an example, let's say people think in a very traditional kind of matrix way, you know, like everything is set and just very stuck in the system. And then you come around and you share your opinion, you share your voice, and you bring out or you share with them a very different way to look at life. And it's kind of like the reality or the view that they have about reality breaks for a second. You know, there is just something very intriguing here. So as a small example, let's say someone doesn't believe that like out there is any more life besides us, right? That there is not anything else like extraterrestrial like life, as an example. They just believe that everything there is on like planet Earth, and that's it. Maybe you will then come through and say, well, this is a universe which is constantly expanding and it's never ending. So how can it be that the only life there is us, you know? So this is just an example. There's this intriguing energy about you to change people's views, or not change. It's not like you're forcing them, right, to believe anything. No, that's not what I mean. You just bring this different view that can really influence people into, yeah. Let me see. The Hanged Man is actually a great card here. Alright, we have Be Humble and one more card, please. Focus on the positive. Beautiful. So, alright. Now, look at how similar these cards look like from the colors. So, my dear, let me start with that. I feel like this card being right next to the Keep Your Heart Open, it's very easy to be with you. It's very easy to speak to you, to be in your presence. And I do feel like you are very grounded people. And indeed, there's this humbleness in your energy. I mean, maybe even a little bit too much, in a way that you tend to make yourself really small, right? That you don't see your greatness because you are so humbled. And there is one thing to be humbled, right? And there is another thing to really downplay yourself in a way that you don't see your own greatness, because you have the right to do so. And this is a reminder here. Once again, these two cards in combination, I really feel like you can have such a positive impact on people's lives, on bringing different views, on making them expand like their horizon, or maybe trigger them into exploring themselves, into researching, into seeing things in a different light. It's kind of like maybe someone has always been stuck on something, and then you come across and you help them to free themselves. You have such a impact, or you can have such an impact on others. And this is something people admire about you. This is something they love about you. Wow, Pile 1, please do something with your potential, because yeah, you are really meant to explore it. I can just say it over and over again. And you have such a beautiful energy. It is indeed very intriguing and very mesmerizing. So, my dear Pal 1, this is all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there's something that you would like to share or something resonated with you, please don't hesitate to do so. Also, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not even know when I upload a new pick a card or a candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you would like to get further information regarding a person or reading with me, of course, you can feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below. And of course, I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey, pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what do people admire about you? What do they love about you secretly but won't tell you? So let's start straight away, my dear. Let's see. What do people admire and love about you? Let's see. What do people love and admire about you? For my dear pile 2. Okay, I heard that some of you guys could have also been drawn to pile 3. If this is the case, then feel free to watch it. So, let me see. One more shuffle. What do people secretly love and admire about you? All right. So, let's see. Let's start. The first card we have is the Two of Swords. Another 2. In pile 1, I believe it was like 8-8 or something, and now 2-2. For my dear. Okay, we have the Hierophant. What do people love and admire about you? The Three of Cups. Interesting, the Moon card. The Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords. And one more card, please, for my dear pal, too. Too many cards. One more card, please. One more card, please. No card wants to come out. Okay. And we have the Chariot card. Now, let me just make sure you can see everything. All right. Okay. So, my dear pile 2, what do people love and admire about you and won't even tell you? First of all, the message that I picked up on in the beginning was, you are someone that gives incredible advice. That's the first thing. So maybe you have friends or, you know, family members, colleagues, just in general, people who may be at times struggling with decision makings, or just in general their life. They don't really know, you know, how to go about it, what to do. They're just struggling with something. You are someone that people approach when they struggle. People really see like a certain level of wisdom in you, no matter how old you are. And maybe even at times it's a little bit annoying to you because you feel like people only approach you or contact you when they need help. But the fact is, I am picking up that like you guys could even be old souls. There is this deep intuitive knowledge that you have. There is this deep wisdom that you are embodying, and people subconsciously pick it up. They can sense it. And I'm also hearing people think that you give great advice anyways. So that's definitely something here. For some reason, you are like a guide. You guys have great potential when it comes to leadership, okay? You are people who could be in leadership positions. You are the ones who could even lead people. You just have this, this aura I'm hearing, okay, that can really catch people. And I also see that you guys could be really experienced. Once again, no matter how old you are, you may have already experienced a lot in life, and therefore people feel like you are someone who may know stuff, right? Because you have seen stuff. Very interesting here. Okay, another thing people admire about you is, well, it's more so love, okay? People love about you is the amount of fun that they can have with you. You are someone, in fact, you know, I feel like in your friends group, even if your friends don't tell you that, but your presence is really something that can lift up the others. And you may even at times be the one who has great ideas, who, you know, wants to do fun stuff. You're just someone who people really love to be around. Your energy is great. You may even like make people laugh, have a great sense of humor. Just someone who brings out the best in other people as well. That's another thing people love about you. You bring the best out in others. But at the same time, people love to just spend time with you, like very, very simply said. Whether it's through, you know, like celebrating together, just hanging out, you know, like, yeah. You are like a ball of energy. I also see that you guys are people who share a lot of love with others. You appreciate, like you make other people feel, better to say, appreciated. You make other people feel loved. You are someone who makes other people like receive emotionally in a good way, receive love, you know, through maybe certain like actions you do. You make people feel important and enough, or through your words. it just feels like there are a lot of cups that you fill and give to others. I'm not picking up whether you actually receive any cups back, but look at that. You give the cups away. You share the goodness and the kindness of your heart. And that's one of the biggest things that people really appreciate, love, and admire about you, even if they don't say it. The love that you give is felt, and the love that you give changes people. We really underestimate the power that love can have, but I mean, it's one of the highest frequencies there is. But still, we're living in a world in which, well, I don't want to talk about this now, but the power of love isn't really that spread, let's say, in our systems. It's more so about just to like practically function and so on, like more so be in the brain state than in the heart space, right? And what I'm seeing here is the love that you share is really much needed, and people just want to, I feel like there are a lot of people coming through right now that just want to tell you how wonderful you are, how loving you are, how they much appreciate you, how much they love you. But it's very interesting that this is a reading about more so secretive, right? And then we have the moon card here. Maybe you guys don't hear these things very often or as much as you should be hearing them. There are a lot of people coming through here that want you to know that you are loved, and they love you and they see your greatness. However, I feel like maybe people don't really voice it that often, or at least not even in their actions at times. Yeah, I mean, for some people, unfortunately, it is indeed easy to express themselves, like emotionally, right? It's just difficult, and there can be a lot of deep-rooted reasons for that. And I feel like in your particular case, there could also be people around who have these strong feelings and this gratitude towards you, but they don't voice it or express it. So this is why it's coming through now here, basically. Another thing people admire about you, and this is, yeah, the Chariot card is really emphasizing this for me. There is a lot of potential in you to succeed in life. And people see that. And with the Chariot card being here as well, this is the kind of champion archetype, and just a confirmation for me that you are indeed someone who can lead. You have the potential of leadership. And people, they can see that, you guys. Once again, I feel like maybe people don't voice it that often, but they see the potential you have. They see that you can be prosperous and abundant and successful in your career, in your personal life. But maybe at times you miss that. You miss someone appreciating and voicing how you can make it. Because sometimes people, like, of course it always starts with us, right? We need to believe in ourselves, and we should not depend our worth through the validation of others, right? But sometimes when it comes out from the right person, it can be so soothing to the soul, right? To be acknowledged. And I feel like someone watching this has this desire to be to hear how great they are, or to hear that they can succeed. It's kind of like, okay, this is just an example. This doesn't have to resonate, but so you guys understand me better. It's kind of like a child coming home with good grades, but their parents just like not telling them you did great. And then this child just wants to hear it once, right? They just want to know or get the feeling that their parents love them, or their parents just for once can see how much effort and like passion and determination they have. It's kind of the same thing, like this child who just wants to hear once from their parents that they're doing great. So they may not voice it, but this is a very secret reading. Yeah, what people love and admire about you secretively and won't tell you, and that's exactly that. Okay, some of you guys could also have a certain talent or something that you like to do. For some, it can even be an artistic thing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's not coming through really, but it's just something I am like casually kind of picking up, so it's not coming through very detailed. But I do feel like there is something that you love doing and you're really good at. It fills you with joy, and people think that you're really, really good at it. But for some reason they don't, or maybe they don't say it as often as they should. Let me get some oracle cards here. Let me see. You know what's really interesting with you, pal, too? Sometimes there are readings that are a little bit secretive. And I know this is literally like all about like secretive things that people are hiding from you, but that's not what I mean. The energy is kind of a little bit, not protected, that's not what I mean. It's a little bit hidden, and it's a little bit more difficult to pick up on certain things because it's almost like the viewer or the person it's meant for is not meant to know it all. You know, it's kind of like hiding it from the person who's watching this. And for some reason it's the same for you. It's kind of like if spirit guides are hiding certain things away for some kind of a reason. Now, I can't really think of a reason right now. I mean, as an example, if this was a, let's say, a future spouse reading, maybe there, like, a reason for that is, like, you shouldn't know the, like, everything, because there should also be this level of surprise in your meeting, right? Or maybe it's for the better, so you don't, so you can allow the universe to have a little bit of, like, room, and you just have to trust for it. But right now, I can't really pick up why it's coming through for you guys that way, but it's coming through. All right, so we have two cards here. We have Go For It. All right. Yeah, this is a very motivating card. Assess the situation. Let me first get all the cards and then I will start. We have Embrace the Flow of Life. And let's give it one more card, please, for my dear pile 2. Okay. And we have Be Real. All right. Okay. There's one message I have just picked up on, and when I heard it, it was really like I saw the Empress card, and you guys literally chose the Empress card, right? Another thing people really admire about you, my dear, and this is something that I pick up on when I see the Empress card, is your beauty. It's your, the sense of beauty, but not only external, I can't talk, but not only external, but also internal. Being beautiful inside and out. That's something here that's coming through for you guys. People can see your inner beauty, but people can also see your external beauty. With Go For It, this is really just matching with the Chariot card here, I feel like, and especially with new moon in Aries, like Aries energy being here, you have this drive, and you guys are indeed people who can make it, okay? So even if people don't voice it that often, it's noticeable. You could be the one in your family who is brave enough to do something maybe the others haven't, and therefore kind of give out a legacy or show a different approach. You can even be the one who breaks generational trauma or certain beliefs that have always been passed on but they weren't good. So as an example, let's say someone watching this in their family, they've always passed on that, like, people like us, we can't make it, or we can't be abundance, or this and that, just very negative self-limiting beliefs. Then there's you, who can turn it over, like, all around here, and people see it. People see that if you genuinely put your energy into something, you can create greatness. It's actually pretty sad that people see this in you, but they won't tell you, because it could be so motivating and so uplifting to hear that, right? And maybe someone, yeah, watching this exactly needs to hear that, or would appreciate to hear that. Yeah, with Embrace the Flow of Life, it's a very light-hearted card. And I don't know, I feel like it's almost like two friends, or like two people having a consultation, talking with each other. This is really what I picked up on in the beginning. Like, when people struggle with something, or they approach you with something they're anxious about, you relax them, you calm them down. You have this calming presence about you, and I just feel like you make them breathe again. Maybe through your advice, or just by you listening. Sometimes people, they just need someone who listens, right? And you are that someone for a lot of people, and they just admire your kindness. They admire just you. Pretty simply said, they admire you for being you, for being yourself, for, I really feel like, my dear, your authentic self is really what makes people hooked. It's what makes people remember you. It's your unique spirit, it's your kind heart, it's your, at the same time, very powerful leading energy. I feel like when it comes to communication, that's another thing really people admire about you, that with Be Real, that you really keep it real, to, like, very simply said, or at least you know how to talk to people, or how to approach them in a genuine way, but at the same time making them feel comfortable. I really feel that people can have great conversations with you, my dear pal, too. Yeah. So, my dear pal, too, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there's something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Also, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not even know when I upload a new pick a card or even candle wax reading. Also, my dear, once again, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, for allowing me to connect with your beautiful energy. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal too, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what do people secretly love and admire about you but won't tell you? So let's start straight away, my dear. So let's see. What do people secretly love and admire about you, my dear pile 3? Let's see, for my dear pile 3. One more shuffle. What do they secretly, oh my goodness. What do they secretly love and admire about you? All right. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, the first card we have is the Hierophant. Let's continue. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands. Let me make sure they're straight. Okay, so for my dear pile 3, the Temperance card. What the Moon card, literally in every single reading, came out in this position. Okay, all right, so for my dear pile 3, the Fool card. What do people secretly admire? Okay, one card fell, let me see. Oh, beautiful, you got the Star card. And we have the 7 of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the beautiful card of the High Priestess. Okay, I'm hearing that for some of you guys, you could have also been drawn to pile 1. If this is the case, then of course, feel free to watch it. So my dear pile 3, let me start with that. Right away, one thing that people deeply admire about you is your independent spirit. You are someone who's so hardworking, who's so brave in your approach when it comes to life. You're also someone who's not scared to fight or compete what's yours. You are someone who has so much determination and such a strong will. You guys have an incredible strong will here, and people admire how much you are willing to do in order to achieve your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you are working towards. When you set yourself for something, when you set a goal, you really devote yourself to it, and you are someone, okay, I am seeing it already coming through here, my dear. You're someone who definitely in this lifetime, you're supposed to succeed. You're supposed to put your energy into something that not only makes you feel abundant and makes you feel empowered, but also at the same time makes you feel fulfilled. And you guys are, like, I am getting such a independent energy here. You could even be the kind of people who don't really ask for help that often because you just tend to do it all by yourself. Maybe even at times you feel like a lone wolf. And it's very interesting to me here. Maybe at times in your life you've really had to count on yourself. There were not a lot of people around and you were just doing it all by yourself alone, because there is this energy surrounding you, a little bit of someone who thinks that they can only count on themselves. And I do feel like at some point in your life you could have even went through a hermit phase in your life, and you have a very strong connection with yourself. Like, for a lot of you guys, one spirit guide that you have is your higher self, guiding you and leading you, or helping you and supporting you. Once again, another thing that people admire about you, with the Fool card being here, is that you are not scared to maybe go a different path, or you're not scared to follow your own like rhythm and your own heart. I just feel like where people may not be so brave, you know, the Fool card is all about taking a leap of faith. So you may have at times left your comfort zone, or like literally done that, right? You took a leap of faith, and no matter what, you just trusted it. Not only that, you trust yourself, you believe in yourself. And that's something people like heavenly appreciate, and at the same time really admire about you, my dear pal 3 here. Yeah, you are someone very courageous. You have a very courageous soul. For some reason this came through. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but I heard courageous soul here. And look at the star card. That's so beautiful. Do you see that? There is one star in the middle which is white, and it's different from the others, right? In color, but also in size. It's like really in the center, and then we have all those yellow stars around it, much smaller and kind of in the hidden between the trees. And this is something people see in you. They see you as this unique star who has so much they can bring into life, so much creativity, so much potential to birth, to express. And people, my dear, see the potential that you have to really even become like famous or popular, to really become a shining star. Like, if there is one keyword to describe this pile, it's shining star. This is something people secretively think about you and admire about you. You have the star quality. And I really feel like you guys, you can make it really big in life, okay? Like, on so many levels, I'm getting you, like, you have the determination, you have the will to put the work into it. At the same time, you are a risk taker. You know, at times life needs us to be brave enough to take a step, right? Because very often people may not succeed because they don't want to take a risk, or they're scared of failure, right? But if you don't try, you will never know, and you're not scared of that. At the same time, you have what it takes to compete with others. You have what it takes to really outshine. Look at that. We have the 5 of Wands, which is all about competition, which is all about, in a way, maybe even fighting for what it is that you want. And then we have the Star card. It almost feels like these people here are these people right there, right? And this is you in the middle. The Star card as well is also a very hopeful card. So I feel like you are as well someone who motivates others, maybe not actively. You know, you may not be, as an example, like going to people, talking them, having conversations with them and telling them things to motivate them. Maybe not that, but it's just through your actions. Maybe some of you guys come from very like humbled beginnings, or like people just see your actions, the results you bring out. It's not like you need to approach people to motivate them. it's also just observing you, seeing where you have started and where you are heading. That's already enough for people to see you as a role model, or really see you as someone that you look up to, literally look up to, right? And someone who's like a motivation here. Yeah, I just heard some of you guys may have never even heard these things. And this is really something that is deeply like secretive, something that people don't share, but really feel towards you, admire about you. It's just, I'm just hearing it's just written in the stars that you are someone who is gonna become big. Okay, that's very interesting. There's a little bit of jealous energy coming through here. And what I just picked up on was a reason why people don't tell you that is because they're jealous. It's because they see your potential, but instead of acknowledging it and like telling you that, helping you, supporting you, it's kind of like for some reason your greatness makes them feel lack and therefore bring out this jealous energy here. So yeah, for some of you guys, you may really like hear this for the first time. Maybe you're even watching this and you're just like, no, that's not me. I mean, me, like star quality, me, a motivation, a unique person. Like I've never heard those things. Yes, but just because you have never heard them doesn't mean that that's not who you are, or that's not great qualities that you have, the great potential that you have, right? It's unfortunate that you may have never heard these things, but that doesn't mean that's not who you are or what you have deep down, right? Another thing people really deeply admire about you, my dear pile 3, yeah, it's almost like, okay, this is something for the future, and it's really interesting because obviously this reading is for the present moment. It's all about people admire and love about you right now. But I am picking up on something, and you were the only pile on something that's to come for you that I'm energetically picking up on here, and what the people will admire about you even more in the future. And that's your the stability that you have created through your hard work, through your, look at this girl is crying. I literally heard blood, sweat and tears. It's all you. You can even see that she's hurt. Her feet and her hands are hurt because these things are sharp that she is building. She's building coins, right? You will create greatness for yourself, and people will admire you. You are the kind of person who, like, if people look at where you started and where you are heading towards, yeah, you don't have any other thing to do than just to adore how far this person has come, how much they have put into achieving their goals. And this is exactly what I am picking up on here. Okay, that's very interesting. The Temperance card is actually giving me major Seven of Cups energy. And the reason for that is because this beautiful goddess with her multiple hands has something different in her hands, right? It's kind of, and I don't know why it's remembering me of the Seven of Cups. It's kind of like different options or opportunities here. So people see that there are so many aspects of you that, yeah, that can really bring out greatness. You guys, whether it's you on a career level, you can make it really big. whether it's you in a certain hobby that you're really good at, you can succeed in it. Whether it's you in relationships, you are the kind of person who's able to have great relationships because you understand relationships are all about compromising, at the same time giving and taking and having great management, right? So you understand it's a give and take, and at the same time we should be able to receive, and at the same time we should also be able to give. It's kind of like things you touch turn into gold. Wow. Wow, 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 pile 3. Now, if you're watching this and you are not aware of that, your future is coming through very, very abundantly, okay? And once again, there is this very small warning to make sure you surround yourself with people who are having good intentions, right? And who don't just want to take from you. Especially when it comes to the future, in which you will see yourself at a much more abundant place than you are right now. Okay. Wow, let me get some oracle cards here. But there is a lot to admire about you, my dear pile 3, for sure. So let me see, my dear pile 3. What do people secretly love and admire about you? What do people secretly love and admire about you? For my dear pile 3. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Honor your feelings. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Let me first get all the cards for you. We have Go For It. 2 more cards, please. Trust all will be well. And 1 more card, please, for my dear pile 3. What do people secretly believe? Okay, too many cards. Only 1 card, please. Only 1, please. What do people admire about you? Okay. And practice gratitude. Look at that. At the back of the deck, we have be proud of yourself. This is exactly what I mean, especially looking at where you are heading. In the future, you will have a lot of reasons to be proud of yourself, all right? And not only in the future, already right now. But maybe right now you don't see it. Right now, there is so much that you have accomplished. And when I say accomplished, it's not only about being able to, you know, like succeed in the more traditional way or the more like social way with like working and earning money. It's just in general, you are someone who just, your heart, you know, you have such a inviting heart, and your spirit, there's so much about you that you can be proud of having. So with honor your feelings being here, as I already said, with relationships, I really feel like you are someone who can have great relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's like romantic relationships, or even like family dynamic wise. There are a lot of people who I'm hearing are jealous of the kind of connections that you can have. I don't know why, my dear pile 3, you are the only pile who has a little bit of jealousy coming through here. But what I'm seeing here is that a lot of people admire the relationships that you can have. Maybe others are having trouble because emotionally speaking, there are some blockages they are facing, and therefore they can't really have these relationships. And seeing you having them, it's really motivating them, or it gives them hope, right? The star card is a very hopeful card to also be able to one day have such a relationship or be in such a dynamic. Whether it's you with a parent, whether it's you with a great friend, whether it's you with a partner, you can have very wholesome connections. With the go for it card being here, yeah, this is really the fiery energy that I picked up on from you. The determination, the drive, right, to just do it, and to not be scared, to be courageous enough. Although this is, yeah, I just heard that. This is all about you showing and expressing how far you can go in life, right? Go, to move on, to head towards whatever it is that you desire. Whether it's a career goal or maybe something that you always wanted to do, whether it's some kind of a, let's say, travel, or maybe someone would like to move to a certain country, get some kind of a financial stability, whatever it is, I'm hearing you can do it, and people see that. And with practice gratitude being here, I see that there are a lot of people in your life who are grateful for having you, but they may not say it, or they may not voice it as often, or maybe you don't even feel it. Maybe you have people, let's say friends, who are extremely grateful for you, but they may have never said it. But this is, I feel like, very important for someone. Something is, coming through here, showing me that you need to know how much grateful people are for you being in their life. There is so much you bring to the table. There is so much your presence alone can make a person feel. You make people feel loved and safe, I'm hearing, my dear pal 3. I feel like when people are with you, they feel, it just seems like things are gonna work out. Like when a friend approaches you and they have had a very stressful time, maybe a very bad week, when you guys spend time with each other, you make them, once again, the star card, hope and believe in better things to come. And this is really your power. For some reason, you are like an alchemist. You can help people turn pain into potential, into love, into something that will flourish and blossom. This is a very random message, but this is just something that I picked up on here. Wow. So, my dear pile 3, this is all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there's something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not even know when I upload a new pick a card or even candle wax reading. My dear, once again, thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your beautiful energy. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course I invite you there as well. But my dear pal 3, take care, my love.